Ladies, listen up. If your home feels overwhelming, it's not just the clutter, it's the stress and energy that comes with it. And trust me, some things you're holding on to are secretly stealing your peace. In this video, I'll share 8 unique items you need to declutter right now to create a more peaceful, calming home. And the last one? You probably never even thought about it, but it's making your home feel heavier than it should. Stick around, hit that like button, and tell me in the comments, what's the hardest thing for you to let go of? Let's jump. In Dart 1. Gifts that carry guilt. We've all been there, holding on to a gift not because we love it, but because we feel obligated to keep it. Maybe it's an expensive perfume set from a friend that you never wear, or a decorative vase from your daughter that doesn't match your home. Perhaps it's an old handbag your late husband gave you that you feel guilty parting with. These objects often sit in a drawer, a cabinet, or on a shelf collecting dust. But every time you see them, they don't spark joy. They spark guilt. And guilt has no place in a peaceful home. Let me remind you, a gift should never be a burden. When someone gives you something, the real value is in the thought and the kindness behind it, not in the object itself. Holding on to something that doesn't serve you doesn't make you more appreciative. It just makes your home more cluttered. If you struggle to let go, here's what you can do. Take a moment to appreciate the gift, remember the sentiment behind it, and then give yourself permission to release it. Donate it, sell it, or pass it on to someone who will truly enjoy it. Your space should be filled with things that make you happy, not things that make you feel guilty. High-maintenance decor. Look around your home. What do you see? If your shelves are filled with delicate figurines that need constant dusting, if your windows are covered in heavy curtains that attract dust but rarely get opened, if your kitchen counter is crowded with decorative pieces that make cooking a hassle, then you're dealing with high-maintenance clutter. Many of us have spent years collecting decorations and trinkets that at one time brought us joy. But over time, these things become more work than they're worth. What once made your home feel elegant might now feel like an obligation, something that constantly demands your time and attention. I once had an antique lace tablecloth passed down from my mother. It was beautiful, but every time I used it, I had to hand wash it, dry it carefully, and store it in a special way to keep it from yellowing. One day, I realized I wasn't enjoying the tablecloth. I was working for it. That's when I made a decision. If something in my home requires more effort than the joy it brings, it has to go. Think about the items in your space that require extra care, extra cleaning, or extra energy. Ask yourself, do I love this enough to keep maintaining it? If the answer is no, consider replacing it with simple, easy-to-care-for decor that enhances your space without draining your energy. Expired sentimentality. This one is tough, but it's necessary. We all have sentimental items. Old birthday, cards, stacks of letters, boxes of photos, souvenirs from past vacations. These objects carry memories. But here's the question. Are they enhancing your life or just taking up space? I used to have a box filled with old birthday cards, some from friends I hadn't spoken to in years, some from relatives who had passed away. Every time I opened it, I felt overwhelmed, not joyful. The reality was, I wasn't cherishing those cards. I was storing them. They weren't bringing me peace. They were making me feel cluttered. Memories don't live in objects. They live in you. Here's what I did, and what I recommend. Keep only the truly special items, the ones that still spark joy. If you have too many old photos, scan them and store them digitally. If you're attached to a particular letter or note, take a picture of it. If you have items from loved ones who have passed, choose 1 or 2 meaningful pieces to keep and let go of the rest. Holding on to everything from the past doesn't preserve memories. It buries them. Create space for the Moments that truly matter and release the ones that no longer serve you. 4. One day. Clothes. The infamous one-day clothes. We all have them. The fancy dress we're saving for an event that never happens. The heels we can barely walk in but keep just in case. Or the pants that haven't fit in. Years, but we refuse to give up. I used to hold on to a beautiful cocktail dress that I hadn't worn in over a decade. It was expensive. It was stylish, but every time I saw it in my closet, I felt bad. Why? Because I wasn't the woman who wore that dress anymore. My lifestyle had changed. I had changed. Clothes should fit your life today, not a life you used. To live or one you imagine in the future? Think about your wardrobe. Do you have outfits that no longer fit, but you're keeping just in case? Shoes that hurt your feet but you won't get rid of because they were pricey? Formal wear you haven't worn in years but think you might need someday? Let me tell you, if you haven't worn it in 2 years, you probably won't wear it again. And even if you do need something fancy one day, would you really want to wear an old dress from 15 years ago? Or would you rather find something that fits your current style and body? A cluttered closet makes getting dressed stressful. A streamlined closet, filled only with clothes you actually wear and love, makes life easier. So here's my challenge. Go through your wardrobe and remove anything that no longer fits, doesn't feel comfortable, or doesn't match your current lifestyle. Donate it to someone who can actually use it. Dress for the life you have now, not the one you used to have. Excess kitchen gadgets. Let's be honest, our kitchens are filled with gadgets we thought would make life easier, but have only made our cupboards more cluttered. That fancy juicer you used once and never touched again. The bread maker you swore would turn you into a baker, but now just collects dust. The 3 different types of can openers because you're not sure which one works best. Sound familiar? When I went through my kitchen, I realized I had 3 different sets of measuring cups. 3, and yet I always reached for the same one. So why was I keeping the others? Habit. A cluttered kitchen makes cooking feel overwhelming. When your drawers are packed and your countertops are crowded, you don't feel inspired, you feel stressed. Here's what to do. Be brutally honest. If you haven't used a gadget in over a year, it's time to let it go. Ditch the duplicates. You don't need 5 spatulas or 3 bottle openers. Keep only what you love and actually use. If an item doesn't make your daily routine smoother, it's just taking up space. Imagine opening your kitchen cabinets and actually finding what you need without digging through a pile of unused items. That's the peaceful life you deserve. Outdated paperwork and mail, if you have a drawer, or worse, an entire room, filled with old receipts, expired coupons, and stacks of unread mail, you're not alone. Paper clutter is one of the easiest things to accumulate, yet it's also one of the most stressful. I once had years' worth of bills, old warranties, and outdated insurance policies sitting in a filing cabinet. Did I ever look at them? No. But did they make me anxious every time I saw them? Absolutely. Here's a simple rule. If it's not important, toss it. Bank statements? You can access them online. Old receipts? If they're not needed for taxes, shred them. Expired coupons? If you didn't use them before, you won't use them now. Magazines you keep meaning to read? If they've been sitting for months, they're just collecting dust. For the papers you do need, like medical records or legal documents, get a folder and store them neatly in one place. Everything else? Recycle it and free yourself from unnecessary stress. A clutter-free home starts with a clutter-free mind, and nothing clutters your mind like piles of paper you don't need. Unused furniture. We often keep furniture for sentimental reasons or simply because we've had it for so long that we don't question if we still need it. But too much furniture can make a home feel cramped, not cozy. Do you have a chair that no one ever sits in? A coffee table that only collects clutter? A cabinet filled with things you never use? I had an old armchair in my bedroom that I kept because it had always been there. But one day I asked myself, Is this adding to my life, or is it just taking up space? The answer was clear. It had to go. Removing furniture that doesn't serve you opens up your space and makes your home feel lighter and more breathable. Don't be afraid to let go of pieces that no longer fit your lifestyle. If you want more peace in your home, make space for it. Holding on to everything from the past doesn't preserve memories, it buries them. Create space for the moments that truly matter and release the ones that no longer serve you. 8. Negative energy objects. This one is a little different, but just as important. Some objects carry negative energy, reminders of past struggles, failed relationships, or difficult times. Holding on to them keeps you tied to that energy, whether you realize it or not. I once kept an old notebook filled with stressful to-do lists from my working years. Every time I saw it, I felt anxious, as if I still had unfinished business. But the truth was, that chapter of my life was done. The notebook had no place in my peaceful home. Ask yourself, do you still have gifts from an ex-partner? Do you have clothes that remind you of a bad time in your life? Are there objects in your home that make you feel sad rather than happy? Letting go of physical clutter is one thing. Letting go of emotional clutter is life-changing. Your home should be a place of peace, comfort, and joy. If something carries bad memories, remove it and make room for positive energy instead. Decluttering isn't just about tidying up. It's about creating a home that truly supports and uplifts you. If you've been feeling overwhelmed by too much stuff, take this as a sign. It's time to let go. Start small, one item at a time. And remember, every piece you remove isn't a loss, it's a gain. A gain in space, in peace, and in freedom. What's the first thing you're going to declutter? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and sign up for my Savvy Senior newsletter for more tips on living well in your golden years. Holding on to everything from the past doesn't preserve memories, it buries them. Create space for the moments that truly matter and release the ones that no longer serve you.